The encounter between a king cobra and a reticulated python provides a measurable stress test of two diametrically opposed evolutionary engineering solutions. The king cobra represents an active hunting strategy optimized for lethal efficiency. Its primary weapon system is a highly specialized venom gland, but this chemical payload relies on a kinetic delivery mechanism capable of piercing a target before it can react. The reticulated python counts massive physical profile and immense structural scale. Instead of complex biochemicals, the python utilizes overwhelming muscular mass, engineered for sustained mechanical compression. These two predators directly compete for territory and resources across the shared tropical ecosystems of Southeast Asia. When they collide, the interaction reduces to a race between chemical neurotoxicity and mechanical structural collapse. To successfully deploy its venom, the elapid strike must operate at speeds that exceed the nervous system of its target. Neurological detection and physical evasion, the standard startle response, require a minimum of 60 to 395 milliseconds to execute in most mammals and reptiles. Researchers use specialized high-speed 3D kinematic software to map these interactions frame by frame, tracking the exact coordinates of the head and jaw. The resulting data shows that venomous strikes consistently reach their targets in under 100 milliseconds. This chart maps strike distance and velocity over time. The impact occurs well before the target can clear the trajectory. At points B and C, the snake maintains precise angular velocity, opening its jaw at the optimal microsecond for contact. This 3D precision allows the fangs to bypass external defenses and deliver the neurotoxic pain load directly into vulnerable tissue. This evolved kinetic bypass system delivers its chemical agent before mechanical evasion can even begin. The python's defense relies on raw mechanical compression to neutralize kinetic strikes. The lethality of constriction stems from cardiovascular failure, occurring long before the effects of respiratory restriction would take hold. Constriction functions as a highly targeted attack on the victim's circulatory system. Inside the coils, specialized muscle fibers act as an interlocking biological hydraulic press. This requires massive metabolic synchronization. The python's heart rate elevates to match. Transducer data indicates internal pressures exceeding 300 millimeters of mercury. At 300 millimeters of mercury, the prey experiences immediate and total circulatory occlusion. Depriving the brain and vital organs of oxygen halts consciousness and shuts down the opponent's internal transport systems. The python uses overwhelming, sustained physical force to immediately terminate the opponent's ability to maintain chemical or electrical signals. When a cobra is caught within this press, its internal physical hardware faces immediate mechanical failure. The cobra skeletal system has specific biomechanical limits when subjected to sustained lateral compression. Mechanical stress aggregates rapidly along the lateral axes of the cobra's spine. Once the PSI exceeds the bone structural threshold, the skeletal integrity fails. This collapse causes shattered bone and cartilage to pierce the surrounding vascular tissues. This localized destruction compounds the circulatory failure initiated by the external pressure. The python's application of force breaks the physical hardware before the chemical software of the venom can fully execute. This biological interaction is a measurable time-to-failure race between two competing systems, pushing both to their absolute physical limits. On one side, neurotoxins propagate through the bloodstream, binding to neural receptors to shut down the central nervous system and disable muscle contraction. Simultaneously, the python applies progressive, irreversible crushing force to the cobra structures. This highlights the disparity in speed between relatively slow-acting biochemical paralysis and immediate physical destruction. Victory is determined by the exact microsecond one system fails irreversibly. The outcome depends on whether the chemical can paralyze the muscles before the hydraulic pressure destroys the delivery system. These two systems evolved side by side to solve the same problem of survival in the same environment. They share the same tropical ecosystems and compete for the same energy resources. The elapid invests metabolic energy into complex venom synthesis and high-speed reflexes for active hunting. The python invests in immense physical mass while long-term stealth for ambush predation. A venom-based strategy requires significantly less physical effort per kill, allowing the snake rapid post-strike evasion. Conversely, immense mass provides defensive invulnerability against many smaller kinetic attacks. Global temperature shifts will alter these evolutionary investments. As ectotherms, their efficiency is controlled by the environment. Higher temperatures accelerate metabolic rates, taxing muscle. For the python, maintaining massive bulk becomes an energy drain, whereas the cobra's low-mass plan offers an efficient path to survival. As shifting climates rewrite the rules of the jungle, metabolic sustainability will dictate the winner of this biomechanical arms race, outlasting the benefits of raw kinetic speed or hydraulic power.